Hey everyone, congratulations on tonight. I wish I can be there to celebrate with you all. My name is Tim Thiel. I work in marketing in our building and construction vertical here at Covestro in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Um, I've been involved with the district going on 10 years now from kind of day one, but way back when. I believe my interaction started with Salima, which is great to see. She's still our fearless leader. I believe I met Salima at a couple different regional energy efficiency conferences, probably around 2015, when the idea of the district came about. I know I also met Vincent Martinez back then as well from Architecture 2030. And back then and today, energy efficiency continues and was very important to Covestro. We do sell product in this space when it comes to the building envelope and energy efficient insulation. But really, the bigger thing was with 2030 was, we really believe and align to their mission, whether it's energy efficiency, 50% water reduction, 50% transportation reduction versus the baselines, all of these goals, aligning to the Architecture 2030 planning challenge were near and dear to our heart then, and they really still are now. I remember back in the beginning, I think some of the initial kind of work, what I would say was the hard work that Salima and the members and her original board really worked on was getting the word out and truly getting more square footage in Dallas and into the district. I know over the years we've seen great growth. I believe we're up to somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 plus buildings and roughly 50 million square feet. This alone is a massive achievement. I see this as a resilient effort, like I had said. We had COVID in here in the last decade. We had numerous market up and downs, political, I would say, uncertainty would be a good way to say it, as well, all along these 10 years. And during the 10 years, we've grown. We've thrived as a group through the uncertainty, and it really, just like a building, has to be, I believe, 2030 Dallas and 2030 districts in general are a very resilient group of people and a very resilient organization. This all comes down to excellent leadership. It comes down to Vincent at the beginning, kind of laying the foundation and sprinkling the seeds for this to grow to what it is today. Um, it's interesting looking back at the last 10 years, I've seen really the conversation change on sustainability. What I would say now, energy efficiency in the past was kind of a nice thing to have 10 to 15 years ago. Now, even at Covestro, I would consider that what we call table stakes. It's kind of baseline what everyone needs to do and wants to do. I've kind of seen that morph over in the area of water over the years. Then resiliency came about. Now the big talk is carbon accounting, emissions, the carbon of a building, and then really we've moved now into circularity and recycling. I do believe some of the districts are starting to look into that as well across the country. But in general, I think we've moved from a single building energy efficiency type view to a holistic, whole building, whole community, whole city type view. And really, Dallas 2030 and 2030 districts in general, really their model comes into play here. It's a perfect fit for where we're sitting today. Uh, the role that districts played over the years, I believe they've done a great job at educating stakeholders, educating building owners, educating the cities and townships and people just out in the public. I believe they've created some great planning tools. I know we've had planning roundtables in Dallas, networking like you guys are doing tonight at a celebration or in kind of a working type network standpoint. Roundtables, case studies, and really just strategic relationships that have coming out of Dallas 2030 have been wonderful. Um, some other examples I would say of partnerships that stand out. I mean, to be honest, I'm on the 2030 national board, and I see great collaboration between all of the districts, whether it's Pittsburgh where I live, Cleveland, Dallas. I see collaboration across all the districts for the decade that I've been involved. The other kind of collaborative group that I know 2030 has worked a lot with is the Green Building Initiative. I happen to sit on their board as well. I see some great collaboration between Dallas with Salima, working with Vicky Warden at GBI, collaborating on education, different programs, and really how can a couple different organizations with differing visions and goals, but all in the same space, collectively come together for the good of everyone. Um, in the end, what do I see? What's next? I think there's still opportunity. I think some building owners still don't understand this. I think some building owners still need to benefit from the tools and the strategies and everything that Dallas and 2030 has to offer, and then our other cities across the country as well. People just don't know where to go. And I think once they figure out where to go, I think it's a good thing. And I think that'll help move the group further and further along. When it comes to challenges, I would say, pricing has always been an issue when going green or going energy efficiency. Circularity in buildings, I think, is going to become a challenge. How do you recycle, sort, get building parts back into reuse? I think demolition and construction in the future is going to be an issue on how do you recycle those parts and pieces of the building. Repurposing is becoming more popular. I'm seeing it here in Pittsburgh where I live. Office space is becoming habitat space, apartments, multifamily, what have you. I think there could be some challenges there, but also opportunities. Um, Covestro will continue to support sustainability and innovation through our portfolio. I think I had mentioned before, we work in the space of energy efficient insulation. We're constantly innovating with our customers to make those products better for the building owners. We also are now working in what I would call innovative recycling, trying to get back products that our materials are in and then reoffer them out to the market without creating a new carbon footprint of the products. In the end, I encourage all the members there tonight to celebrate this great achievement. Please stay engaged. Please collaborate as much as you can. And I really just want to congratulate everyone, including Salima and her board there, on just a great milestone for 10 years. I just appreciate myself personally being part of this, as well as Covestro as a company. Thanks, and have a fun night, everyone.